Hi, and welcome to Freudian Slipcovers. What if you could visit or have a home that would accommodate anyone at any age, any physical ability or disability at any time? How cool would that be? That's what we're doing here at Freudian Slipcovers. Why me? Because I am a doctor of psychology and I specialize in physical spaces and health and wellness and designing with intent at any age. Why now? Because we, the baby boomers, want to age in place. We want our families around us. And why you? We want you to experience what it's like to have a home that is safe and that you can live in at any age and with any ability. I'd like to introduce you now to Freudian Slipcovers, My Family and Lynes Land. Yes, we are Freudian Slipcovers, but we're also a normal family.
Normal?
Okay, all right. I agree. Our motto is, why be normal? But there's a method to the madness of all of us being involved in this show about aging in place and living in a home at any age. I'd like to introduce you to our cast of characters, right? This is my dad, Dr. Rail, 50 years in medicine, and is almost 90 years old, and he was part of the inspiration for this show right at the beginning because you have some disabilities now, and we're trying to accommodate. In addition to Rail, we have Clementine, and Clementine is 1 year old, right? Clementine, are you one? Say hi. And we want to exactly. We want to make the home. We want to make our home visitable for Clementine too. In other words, that she can come here and feel just as comfortable as anybody else. So she's also part of the inspiration for Freudian Slipcovers. This is my daughter Molly. Molly's an anthropologist and a teacher. And one of the things that she's really good at is the great outdoors and bringing life from outside in. She's going to be part of creating some wonderful things to bring the outside in. Exactly. Yeah. Mike is a senior also, my husband, and is also a home inspector and does a lot of home construction. So within this entire show, he's been responsible for helping us actually implement some of the design ideas that we've had. Brian, my son-in-law, is a realtor, and I'll tell you, it's from talking to him that we thought this would be great for all of you all here today, because no matter what age, people are interested in how their home is going to function. Is it safe? Can anyone walk in? What are some accommodations we can make to prep for the future? So Brian has a big part in this too. Just for fun, we have Andy, because Andy is my nephew and he is a brilliant woodworker. He's actually also a creative genius. So we have him doing some inspiring ideas and design dilemma fix-ups. You're great. I mean, you really are. Last but not least is Tracy, and she is the adopted daughter who actually worked with Dad, who ran the office, and you are an inspiration behind this too, because her line that we all love is, who knew? Who knew? So every week we're going to have a Who Knew segment. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So please join us here every week on Freudian Slipcovers. Rael, thank you so much for talking today. You know, at almost 90 years old and being a cardiologist, you bring a really interesting perspective to this whole Freudian slipcover phenomena, if you will, about aging in place. And I think what's fun and what I wanted to ask you today is a little bit about your specific issues, how you got there, and what are things that are helpful for you or even difficult for you.
Okay. I used to be a runner. I ran for 35 years. And I think I ran it into the ground. I developed bad spinal stenosis, and as a result, I have this disability, not only from the spinal stenosis, but also because of a peripheral neuropathy that I have.
So what happens when you have that? What does
Okay,
it look like?
my problem is I don't have pain,
Okay.
but I have disability. I can't balance is a bad thing for me. I don't have good balance.
Okay.
I can't walk well without a walker. Those are the disabilities that I have that I can't do anything about.
So let me ask you about at your house. I know that you talk about all the time it's difficult, even things like brushing your teeth or making breakfast are often difficult. Why?
It's not a problem of not being able to do it, but I have to hold on to something while I do anything.
Okay.
Doesn't make any difference what it is. I got to hold on.
So if you're getting cereal.
I can do the cereal, but I have to hold on.
Okay.
I can't even open up the bag because it takes two hands. And if I let go of what I'm holding on to, I'll fall.
What about a shower? What's it like to just jump in the shower now?
Fortunately, I have a shower that I can sit down in.
Okay.
So if you sit down, okay. Other than that, I have to have grab bars, and I grab on those and can pretty well do it.
How about getting in and out of bed?
I don't have any problem with that because I take my walker with me.
Okay.
And I take a urinal with me.
Okay.
So I don't have any problem urinating at nighttime because
those
I
are
can
good
get out.
accommodations.
I can get out of that bed. And when I get out of bed at night, I just lean against the bed, and that stabilizes me.
And part of what we're doing in this whole series, and why you're here and you're the perfect person to do it, is actually allowing us to demonstrate some things that are really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what about hearing?
Yeah.
You have your hearing aids
What?
in too. Yeah, what? Exactly. So hearing is just another dimension too.
Right, exactly.
I appreciate you doing this today, and throughout our series, Rail is going to come on and actually show some things that he's doing, demonstrate, and I think it'll be really helpful for all of us. And you have Clementine every now and then, the 1-year-old, to add just another challenge.
Right.
All
Exactly.
Right. Thank you, Rail.
Exactly.
Well, here on Freudian Slipcovers, we not only take a trip to, we have an expert. Carla's here with us at Krager, and you and I have worked together for many, many years, and we're talking about plumbing fixtures and creating a universally designed home. And we have had an absolute ball walking around the showroom looking at cool things to show everyone. Because, Carla, one of the things that you said to me when we walked in that was really fun was, just because it's universally designed and ADA compliant doesn't mean it has to be ugly and stodgy.
Correct.
So you have to talk about some of these new things that are all compliant for anyone at any age to use. I'm in love with this. Talk me through these.
Okay, a lot of our manufacturers are now making more designer-oriented age-in-place items,
Okay.
like the grab bars.
Look at these.
And
Look at
these
this
are, this is just a shelf, but it's a grab bar disguised as a shelf.
Exactly.
So it can be in your shower or by the water closet or wherever you want it, and not be unattractive, but be functional and pretty.
And actually, quite frankly, it's really transitional. We go with any style. Talk to me about these grab bars.
And these grab bars fit all styles as well. We've got a traditional, a transitional, and a contemporary style. And they also come in all the different faucet finishes too. So you can get these in the bronzes, in the golds, in the chromes, the nickels.
Everything.
Everything.
One of the things that we talked about that was kind of interesting to me is that about handheld showers. They're different now than they used to be.
Yes, we used to have people that would come in and say, oh, I need it on a bar because I want to be able to use it to hold on to. And we would have to say, you can't do that or you will rip it out of the wall. Well, now they make them, and all of the manufacturers are doing it. They make it where the slide bar is actually a grab bar in disguise. So you can have dual purpose there.
That sounds cool. I want to walk over here.
Sure.
Okay, this is really funny. We're going to the toilet section, which I happen to think is pretty cool. And you showed us the coolest toilet ever. I love how we're just talking away. It's so much fun to look at all this great stuff. Okay, this is the coolest thing ever. Go for it.
This is a toilet seat for all function, meaning it's for little butts and big butts.
I know. Well, it's so funny.
Primary is what we call it for
Okay.
the small hole, so that
at this.
younger children, when they sit on it, they don't fall into the toilet.
Well, I have 9 grandchildren, so I think that's a brilliant.
isn't it?
Yes, it's like the coolest thing I've seen in a long time. And then
And then when you lift it up, it's for regular butts.
I love this.
Yes.
Talk to me about height and depth. I mean, you say now most toilets are ADA compliant.
Yes, all of the toilets on our showroom floor are ADA compliant. Many of the styles don't come any other way.
Okay.
It's just more comfortable even if you don't have
Exactly.
an
the
issue.
disability.
That's right. It's easier to get on and off.
Talk to me about the nightlight. You have a really cool story too about a friend of yours.
Yes, this is a nightlight toilet seat. It also has bidet functions on it. So if you
Well, you said you had a friend. Who
Right, I had a
hurt
friend.
shoulder.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
I had a friend who was having shoulder surgery, and they were concerned because it was on their dominant arm.
Right.
And they wanted to make sure that they can cleanse themselves well, so they put in a bidet seat.
Who knew?
Yes.
Who knew? I
Who
know.
knew? And it helped them during their time of not being able to use their right hand.
Oh, it's brilliant. Now, I know we've only got about 30 seconds, but I want to make sure as we walk over here. Carl, this is so cool. It's all about levers, you said.
Yes. The lever handles on all of these faucets are all ADA compliant. So you can go with 2 handles and easily move them back and forth without having to grip.
Oh.
Or you can go with the 1 handle. Also, again, very easy to use with 1 hand. You don't have to grip it. And it's, like I said, they are all in the ADA compliant act.
Carla, thank you so much for joining us. You give us lots of great information about how to create a bathroom or a kitchen that looks fantastic, but is good for anyone at any age. Stay with us. Lynes Land's a beautiful place, and real estate is really your area of expertise, Brian. And I think you bring to the table something that's really interesting. I do a lot as a certified aging in place specialist, and one of the things that you've taught me is that no matter what age a person is or what their needs are, there are a lot of similarities in what people are looking for from a real estate point of view. Talk me through a little bit of that, and I think y'all will be really surprised.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, you think that different age brackets and people at different points in their life are looking for completely different things. And what I'm finding is that a lot of us are looking for the same things for different reasons.
Well, you had a great example. I'd love to have you share.
Yeah, I was at a birthday party with some friends last night, talking to some other friends who live here on the island about having a 1-year-old who's running all over the house, and how I actually enjoy being in a little bit of a smaller home with an open concept, because I'm able to stand in the kitchen and prep dinner, wash dishes, just do our normal daily activities, while being able to let my daughter kind of have some free roam of the house and be able to see her at all times.
And it was interesting as we were talking about kind of putting this segment together, the correlation between Rail, when he comes over, it's an open floor plan also. So,
But that open floor plan is much more not so he can watch a toddler run around,
Right.
but so that he can have his friends around and engage and have that social interaction that we really enjoy. Crave. That's
he doesn't feel isolated. I think
No.
that's what's really interesting. Talk to me about bathrooms, because that was something that was kind of cool too.
Yeah, you know, so we obviously see a lot of stand-up showers now. It's all the rage. You know, something as simple as putting a shower wand in that stand-up shower makes that much more functional for the person with the child, as well as the senior who may need to sit while they're taking a shower or something like that.
Or anyone with a physical disability. It's funny,
yeah.
a friend of mine just broke her leg, and she can't get it wet now.
Right.
So it's really interesting. Well, it's going to be great to talk to you. Again, design dilemmas are always interesting, and having you on the show is a great asset. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, I'm Tracy, and I'm the Who Knew girl for the Freudian slipcovers. I'm going to give you a tip and a technique that you can use today. How many rubber bands you got laying around? Well, you know what? When it comes to my kitchen, I'm vertically challenged, and I can't see worth a crap. So today, I'm going to show you, you take your can of veggies, you put 1 rubber band on it. You take your soup, let's do 2 rubber bands, and it doesn't matter what color because I can't see very well anyway. And my fruit, I'm going to give my fruit 3 rubber bands. 1, 2, 3. I take my cans, I put them above my head, put them in my cabinet, and immediately, just by using my hands, I can tell what I have. Oh, 1 rubber band. There's my veggies. Well, 2, there's my fruit, just like me. And that's your Who Knew tip for today.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Debbie.
I need an inspiring idea today. I just got back from talking to Rael. He's decided he wants to do some things in his apartment on his own. Okay?
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So I need your help. You've got your toolbox. I don't know what to do with this. Some things that he could do just around the house. What do you think?
Right. And first of all, my toolbox is just loaded with stuff that he or most people don't need or use.
Or understand?
Well, yeah, but here's
Okay.
something you can understand. Everybody, he would probably like to have his own tape measure that's nice and bright, and you can see the numbers
Oh, look
very
at this.
clearly.
I can actually read the numbers, because that was an issue I was worried about. The one I have is teeny weeny numbers, and I find I struggle with that.
Yeah, and the little tiny lines, those aren't really, if he wants to hang his own pictures,
Artwork?
yeah,
Okay.
it's just, he can go with the inch increments. I mean, really, when do you need to be
That precise?
Exactly.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I personally don't, so.
And we've hung a lot of pictures together. We really have.
So the next part to that is a nice, easy to hold, lightweight hammer that he can tap the nail into the wall to hang the picture with.
Okay, makes a lot of sense.
Something
All right,
that's-
so I've got a hammer. I've got a tape measure. Again, creating a universally designed toolkit isn't that hard, is it?
No, very basic.
Okay.
Maybe a couple of screwdrivers.
Okay.
The standard, flathead screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver. That crooked outlet cover.
Exactly.
Or
That drives
something.
him nuts.
Yeah, it drives me nuts.
And again, trying to age in place and being able to achieve a quality of life where you don't feel like you're giving things up makes sense.
Yeah.
I have a question about this. I am a blue tape lover, and you know that. I can tape anything and everything.
Does this mean fix this part?
Yeah, that's exactly. Because my thought is that he did that to me one day. I looked around, right? For you too. I'm like, what is all this blue tape in the house?
Yeah.
It's an Andy.
This needs attention here.
Honey-do list. Exactly. Absolutely. What about grippers? He's always reaching up.
Yes.
Okay. Go.
Found these. No, these were so exciting. I found them at one of the big stores, that you can buy
Big stuff in?
all the big stuff.
Okay.
And these are so easy to, you don't have to have major hand strength, grip strength to squeeze this, but it can pick up like heavy items.
This is heavy.
Very.
Oh my gosh.
And just like, let's say, one hand is working good that day.
All right.
My hand has got arthritis and, but he's still going
Can
after
do
that.
that.
He wants to hang his diploma from med school.
Exactly.
know.
All right. As with Andy, whenever he's here, it's just for fun. Andy!
So just for fun,
Just for fun, I brought this.
we're gonna hang our diploma
Exactly.
one-handed,
Exactly.
So here's a screw,
Let's
one
see
hand.
it. Hang on to that.
Okay.
It's just for fun.
Here we go.
Woo! And we're done. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Debbie.
Mike, I really appreciate you doing this. And we're talking about universal design. This is the perfect Lynes Land setup throughout every day, right? Mm-hmm. It's babies and children, and then we also have aging adults. And so the goal is to keep our house visitable, now that I can say that again, and so that anyone can come, right? It's a great word. So that anybody can come and feel safe. I need your help. Can you talk us through some of the safety features that we put in? As Rael turned 90, we didn't want a washer, or we didn't want a range in here.
We didn't want to have anything that would start a fire,
Okay.
because people tend to walk away and leave rags on ranges and stuff like that, so we just took the range out. We put in an induction type hot plate, and basically when you take the pan off an induction plate, it's cold. It doesn't hold heat.
Exactly.
So they can't burn themselves. and they can't burn down the house, which is a really good thing.
Well, additionally, we really try to create a compact space with
Yeah.
movability. And it's fun because we have a lot of photos or footage of Rail actually doing things in the kitchen. And I think although it's difficult, it's absolutely doable. And I think the goal for us was to maintain his quality of life and make sure that he could still do everything he could do. I'd love to have you walk in and talk a little bit about the shades and some of the things that we did to accommodate the bedroom.
Okay. That's easy enough.
Exactly. Universal design just simply means designing products and things and spaces for any age and any ability. And this is a great example.
And this is a good example where it is a shade that literally moves up and down with a very little effort.
Exactly.
There's no cords, so they don't have to use their fingers to actually pull the cords. It's actually pretty easy to do. And then, if they wanted it up from the bottom, they can actually do it up from the bottom.
Exactly. And I know Rail likes to see outside, so in the evening he actually puts it down so that he can get a view of the sky and the stars. The other reason we chose this is with Clementine, and we've got 9 grandchildren. And with 9 grandchildren, I guarantee you there's a lot of kids coming in and out working some of the window treatments. And this is absolutely safety. It's genius.
Because
And
it has no cords
that's
to
right.
hang themselves.
Exactly. And additionally, we made sure that, again, the bed we chose is something that is easy to access. It's easy up and easy down for
And
anyone.
Space enough, and this is hard to do in a lot of houses. Fortunately, this is a large bedroom, but we have space enough for a walker. So he can take his walker right to the edge of the bed and have it right there when he finishes.
Exactly.
And gets up in the morning.
Come on with us. We're going to walk into the bathroom, which is a really place that's oftentimes dangerous. And we had a small space to deal with. So again, some of the accommodations that we're going to give you depends on the space. One easy fix, and this is where you were brilliant, creating a closet where we could put a chair. Flip on the lights for us. Here's your genius area.
Well, Rail's very tall. He's 6'3" or so, I guess. So originally our counter was set for him, so when he's standing, he can actually do it. We may, if he ever gets to the point where he's in a wheelchair, we may have to redesign this and drop it.
And we're ready for that.
We are ready for it. It's just a matter of cutting back some things.
Exactly.
One thing we did do is, because he does not have stability, is we've got just a suction cup handle right on the side here, so he can hold himself up and still fix his toothbrush, brush his teeth, wash his face, but he has something that he can grab onto and hold himself in place. That took us a little while to figure out that he needed that, actually.
Yeah.
He started complaining, and then we said, maybe we need to step in and actually do this. So, pretty easy handle. So, and he can hook a finger on it if he wants. So it's easy for him to access.
And again, the goal today is just to give you snippets and to kind of tease you into showing you that there are things that you can do to any home to accommodate it. We've got lots to talk about in the bathroom. We're actually going to take a trip, though, to a plumbing supply store and look at some easy ways, new products that will accommodate anyone at any age. Stay with us on Freudian Slipcovers. Molly, I want to talk about the great outdoors today. I was just at a senior care facility and I was talking to a woman and she was so missing her outside garden and feeling good about flowers. Any ideas?
So there is definitely a lot of evidence now in this world of psychology and mental health that's saying that having some type of outdoor space, whether you can access it outdoors or bringing it indoors, is so important for an overall sense of well-being. So that makes sense that she is missing it.
Exactly. I'll hold baby Clementine
There we go. So some things you can do are, just getting fresh cut flowers. They've been known to reduce anxiety, but also the wonderful thing is also doing things that you can also eat with.
Oh.
So herbs are fantastic to have and to plant because they're beautiful, they smell great, but if you have the ability to also cook with them, it just kind of brings this sense of rooting yourself to the earth around you and you kind of feel grounded.
Oh, I love
so,
that.
Herbs are another great thing to do.
So what did we have today? Today we've got these pretty zinnias in just a mason jar, and we picked those right out of your garden.
Exactly, and the other beautiful thing is sticking with native plants is always a great idea. She knows that native plants are her favorite. Exactly, because they are easier to take care of. They stick with the seasons, and they're beautiful, and they make you feel closer to the area around you.
It's so fun doing this. Again, we're talking about aging in place, being safe at any age, whether you're a 1-year-old who's perpetual motion or a 90-year-old.
Exactly.
What does she think about plants? Does she help you water? And
She does. Her favorite thing is to get dirty. So if she can find mud or dirt anywhere, she will find it, and her favorite thing to do is to take all the dirt out of the potted plants. So we kind of have to watch that
we
big
have to
cookie.
monitor that she doesn't eat a whole cookie, right?
Exactly.
Oh,
Here, how about a squeezy instead?
how about a squeezy instead? She's like,
And the,
heck no.
and the other thing is, if for any reason you can't do anything real, artificial is okay.
Okay.
But the idea is you want to make sure that artificial, it looks real.
Exactly.
So I'm not sure if you guys know this, but one of these on this table is artificial.
It's hard to
And
tell.
it's hard to tell, and that's what you're going to be looking for if you go for artificial.
You were talking about natural things that are natural. I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the succulents that we have here. We've got a terrarium and a baby terrarium.
And a baby
here.
terrarium. And succulents are a great plant to have in the house. They're very green, lush leaves, but they're also so easy to take care of, and they don't require a lot of maintenance. So just a little bit of water, some sunlight, and they're good to go.
From a psychological point of view, there is a lot to be said, as you said, about health and wellness and green plants. And I think anytime you can bring the great outdoors inside, there's such a sense of feeling good. Molly,
does.
thank you. Clementine, thank you.
Say
bye-bye.
you. Can you wait bye?
No, thank
She's like,
you.
I got a cookie.